Valley Club Kyln Tower is back, and in this video, we're covering the best tips to help you climb as high as possible for the maximum rewards. Spider-Man Pov's event is pure trash, but what is the best way to navigate through this unnecessarily complicated event to max out those rewards? Penny Parker looks to be the next month-long Milestone character. Alpha Flight should be here in the next few weeks. We're talking about all of these topics and the rest of the MSF news in this week's edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. This week, joining me all the way from the Shire is Brother Dulom. And if you're ready for all the news and so much more, then Brother Dulom, let him know what to do.
All the way from the Shire, let's smash it.
Oh yes, we are all the way from the Shire. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. This is Brother Dulom, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. We do this every single week, keeping you up to date on everything that has happened and that is coming up in Marvel Strike Force. But before we get to all the best news topics, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on the channel. Usually there's more. But before we get into all the big topics of this week, how have you been, Brother Dulom? It has been a while. Let's catch up a little bit. How has your experience in Marvel Strike Force been this week?
It's been pretty good. CC's my bread and butter. Cosmic Crucible's been really fun lately, honestly. There's
nice.
A lot of variation. We're about halfway through the season, and I'm still having a bunch of fun. We've got Kyln Tower, too, so I love beating my head into a wall of resets and stuff like that. I've been having a lot of fun with Marvel Strike Force. Some negatives, but we'll talk about those. But, you know, mostly on the positive side, gameplay-wise.
All right, let's. You brought it up. You brought up Kyln Tower slamming your head into a wall. Is that what you're going to try to do this season of Escape from Kyln? This is the second time we've had this, and I think I'm a little bit more hyped this time than the first time, even though the rewards aren't as good. I'm curious to see if I could beat floor 41 through 46. But if you're just going to auto through this, get to floor 40, get what you did last time, should be pretty easy. So what is your goal here? Are you going to be slamming your head against the wall like you said, or are you like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm just going to chill and get to floor 40, and then that's it. What are your plans for this Escape from Kyln?
Oh, no, I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm going all out.
Nice.
I'm trying to make it work on 41 right now with minimal investment. So I've got like a 4-4 Peter B, a 3-3 Pav, and then a 7-7 Noir, and I'm trying to make it work with that.
Okay.
It's super finicky. I was able to make it work on the test server with a 2-2 Pav, 4-4 Peter, and then the Noir. And then for 42, I wasn't set up enough, but I think I could actually do 42 because I set up Black Cat, and I also, my Kraven's way stronger on the live server than on the test server because I've got him at 3 diamonds. So I think I might be able to do it. And then node 43 is just going to be just luck if I can pull it off, but I want to get at least 41 and 42 to get some of those Crimson uniques that are in the rewards that are really nice.
Okay, and if you get through 43, are you building up your cabal as big as possible to get through this? Is it even possible to get through this with a big cabal, or do you need them at 7 with some diamonds?
So diamonds, I don't think are required. I think a big team is required. There's also a lot of people saying you have to sack it with Underworld as well. And that's what they're saying about node 42 is you got to sack it with a Kingpin, Kraven, and Black Cat.
Which one do you want to sacrifice? Because, I mean, you bring Underworld to sacrifice. You could do one of these. All of them look pretty challenging, just looking at this at a glance. Which one would you bring Underworld to sacrifice if you were bringing just 44 to try to get as high as possible? Or would you save it for one of these other higher floors?
No, it was the sack on 45 because you have to get through the Nova, stun, and ult and get through a lot of the abilities up front. 44 didn't look too bad. It's just there are a lot of people there, but you can get through it. I think it's going to be rough, and you got to leave with like full cooldowns to be able to pull off 45.
Gotcha.
But if I can't do it, I'm not building Underworld to try to pull this off. My Underworld is mostly really low. I'm not going to try to do that. That's not worth it in my opinion. But if I can try it with Cabal, I will. I'm not going to build anybody else outside of that though.
All right, I do want to come back to your choices for the Spider-Verse skill, but let's talk about these rewards. The choice of Gwenom is interesting, right? We had Gambit as a character there, and as far as the diamonds for Gambit, that was awesome. And then we got Gwenom as the pick this time. Now, as far as character shards, I don't have her fully built up at 7 stars, so I was happy that I got some character shards for her. It helped me get to the next star level. As far as diamonds, this is a weird selection. One, I think originally they were thinking of Ghost Spider for this selection. And as far as diamonds, I think that would have been a little better. We get some extra pinks from Ghost Spider. So it'd be reminiscent of what they did with Gambit, right? The counter-attacking character, and the character that was older. So most older players already have that character at 7 reds, 7 gold stars. So you would have got these these diamonds realized right away. Unfortunately, it is all the way at 46 to get these diamonds for Gwenom and not at 40 like it was for Gambit last time. What do you think of these rewards based on what we had previously and the selection of Gwenom as the main character for this?
Yeah, the rewards are good, honestly. I know obviously you can't get any red gear till the end, which that's why I really want to push for the 41, 42 to get those Crimson Uniques, because those are, I mean, if you look at it in the supply store, that's 4 million worth of gold because they're 5 times 800,000. So that's a lot of gold, which I really like. Speaking of gold, the gold in this, if you get through 1 through 40, I think it's like 7 million gold and then like 16 million gold worth of training mats as well. So if you're low on training mats, it's really nice. The 100 Gwenom shards gave me to my 6/6 for Gwenom, which was really nice. So I liked that. I think it was an odd choice to have Gwenom as the diamonds because, like you said, nobody really has them at 7/7 yet because she's not farmable. I would have thought the same Ghost Spider for the pings, just like Gambit for the pings, another raid team. Or I would have thought Noir just because it's the 2 reworks. I was kind of shocked they picked a new character and also a character that's not even on the Spider Society team or Cabal, which are the teams that are required. Even if they gave like a Namor 3 diamonds, that would have been pretty nice too, honestly. But no dice. But the gold is nice. The diamonds or whatever. I pulled a 2 diamond on Gwenom, so I don't even care about the diamonds. It doesn't affect me at all unless I get all the way to 46, but I don't know if that's happening. But all yeah, right,
let's say you had 0 diamonds on Gwenom right now. Would you have rather had this featured character be Ghost Spider, where you could actually use these diamonds, or keep it at Gwenom like they had it and get these character shards? It allowed you to get to 6/6. It allowed me to get to 6/6 with Gwenom as well. So which would you have preferred, looking at it in hindsight now?
Ghost Spider for sure. I don't even. Gwen's my only hive. Yeah, Gwen's my only. Or Ghost Spider's my own. Sorry, for the Gwen is my only hive mind that's not level 100 right now because I don't see the use in it. The other ones are, but she's just kind of She's nice to give offense up and stuff, but she's not there for a lot of really important reasons.
Gotcha. Now let's go back to some of your strategy. You're trying to tackle level 40. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I'm going to try it. I don't know how much I have to invest. But these early few nodes, cells 1 through 4, very, very easy, especially if you're a mid or late game player. You could pretty much take in whoever you want and be successful with these nodes. So a lot of times you're building up characters to build up their charges, set up their ults, set up their specials. I brought up Red Hulk, Peter B, because they have long charges on both of their ults, and then Kraven, just so we could use the ult on turn 1. Are there any other characters that you're suggesting or that you built up or want to build up in this run or subsequent runs to set up later?
Yeah, so Black Cat's pretty good as well, because if she has her ultimate, then you can take the charges off of the Black Knight in room 42, turn 1. So
Black Cat is one more charge to get to that ultimate turn 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so and then she'll still have, obviously, her trauma stun on her special. I really liked, I don't know if Pav starts with everything up or not, but I did prep Spider-Man Pav just in case, because his ult turn 1 is super, super essential on node 41. I
was thinking of doing that, but mine's is so low. I thought that even with these low level characters, they might kill my Pav. So I was like, maybe I will wait. If I'm going to go do a second run, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, and then Ghost Spider, because she's 1 turn off her ult as well, and having her
that's
ult,
a good one.
Is really nice. If you don't have Spider-Man Pav to use on 41, you're going to need her ult turn 1 to pull it off.
All right, that's a good strategy. I like all those choices here. Let's talk about cells 41 through 43. The choices on that section is your Spider-Verse and skill characters, and you got 8 characters to choose from: the Spider Society plus Black Cat, Kraven, and Kingpin. Who are you thinking of taking up? Obviously, Peni's not released in the game yet. Spider-Man, Pav, you're probably still building up. So what are, out of the other 5 characters, who are you thinking to bring to 41 through 43, or are you bringing different characters for each cell?
So for the first node, my goal is Peter B, Pav, and then Noir. That's for node 41. I beat it with that on the test server, and I know I can do that again on live. And then 42 is going to be a sack with Craven and Black Cat and Ghost Spider. So the goal with that node essentially is Black Cat goes first, takes all the charges off of Black Knight. Craven ults, put a bunch of negative effects there, and then Ghost Spider as a striker will spread all of those bleeds and everything like that. And then a lot of people bleed out, so that's a pretty good strategy. And you can get that node pretty low and then come back in with the same team you used on 41, the Noir, Peter B, and Spider-Man Pav. And then 43, you got to one-shot it. You got to hope you could try to one-shot it. It's way easier than 42, though.
All right, so that strategy, did you try this on a test server? And if so, how many times did you need to reset and bang your head against the wall for this to work?
A lot. Like, so just to make 41 work with a 4-4 Peter B, a 2-2 Pav, and then the 7-7 Noir, all at G18 level 100, that took me about 2 hours to really get it to work. And now you got to remember, about an hour and a half of that was figuring out what works, and then it was about a half an hour of RNG. So it was just figuring out the puzzle and then getting the right RNG to realize what worked. And then it was just 30 minutes of repeat, knowing what to do. And then for 42 surprisingly was not as bad, but you have to have that Black Cat ultimate to take the charges off, take that immunity, spread everything, get everything going really quick. Cause if not, that node spirals out of control quick. And you have to have a good sack there, because if not, your backup team will not get through it at all. Again, I think it's going to be easier for me on the live server, because my Craven is 3 diamond on live and not on the test server. So my Craven's going to hit way harder than he did on the test server. So I think it's going to be a lot easier, but I'll get footage of that if it works and put up a YouTube video for it, so people can see the strats.
Yeah, I'm going to be using your strategy or Dorky strategy or whoever has the strategy that have the lowest Spider Society possible, because I don't want to invest in them right now. They're a team that I'm investing in later on. But let's move on. Let's talk about this investment for Kyln itself. Now, we've had floors 1 through 40. Exactly the same. They did change the rewards, but the enemies, the requirements, the gear tier requirements are all the same for this. And that begs the question, if this is returning multiple times, we've had Avenger Tower return, we've had Kyln Tower return, and we had Sword Satellite return. If Kyln Tower returns again and they don't change any of this stuff, you start to build up some of these characters that gave you trouble on these nodes. Maybe some of these X-Men characters, these hero tech characters, or legendary characters, or any section that gave you trouble in this. You start to build this up now long-term, knowing that this may be returning.
I don't think you need to prioritize it. I feel like just passively who you upgrade is going to just get better, right? So like you said, the X-Men section got way easier because we have a Sunspot now as well. So Sunspot gives offense up. So it's literally Sunspot, Gambit, Nightcrawler, and they delete the node. Like, it's not even close, because level 100 Nightcrawler special just deletes everything. Gambit with the pings is also really good. Hero tech, people were building Pegasus up. Pegasus had just came out when Kyln first dropped for this one. So Pegasus is still getting bigger. No need for that. I would say the villain bio nodes, obviously having Super Scroll is really essential there.
And Hive Mind, we just had Hive Mind released when this came out the first time. Now hopefully you have your Hive Mind pretty much built. So
Venom and Carnage should be a lot easier. Venom and Carnage and Sus make 38 through 40 really easy, and then you just on 39 you just use Lizard to take all of the charges off of the positive effects off of Black Cat, and then it's literally Super Scroll just carries.
And I guess we're going to have to build our Spider-Verse skill for the next time this comes around, and building up Cabal for the next time this comes around. Those are characters that I would build anyway. We need them for the raids, and then we need Cabal because I like Cosmic Crucible, so I was going to build these characters anyway. But one of the characters that we need, Penny Parker for this, and she looks to be the solution for the raids. What the devs did say that, she is the character that makes this team work in the raids. Without her, the team doesn't work as well. She's gonna be a last character release. Also, it looks like, according to this chart, it looks like the month-long milestone events are done after this bad event that we're going to talk about. So it looks like she is going to be next month's month-long milestone. So with her, do you think she's worth it for Kyln Tower? She's coming out tomorrow. She's being released tomorrow. Do you think it's worth building her up just for Kyln Tower, knowing that you're probably going to build her up down the road later on?
Unless you have a cabal big enough to guarantee you're going to get through 44 through 46, I would say no, because you have to spend money on Peni to get her unlocked and be able to build her by the time Kyln ends.
Yes.
So I would say it's only worth it if you're going to go hard on Peni, like you probably need a 4/4, so $100 offer. And then you need to have a cabal that's big enough to be able to get through the cabal nodes to personally make it worth it, to be able to get all the way through. Because I feel like if you're just getting through,
if you're just going to 43? Yeah. Do you think it's worth it just for 43?
No, because
the
I
gold,
think
the uniques, all the uniques purchase.
I think through 40, getting through 41 is possible without Peni. I think I personally think getting through 42 is possible without Peni. At that point, I'd cut my losses and take and just go from there with my rewards. I wouldn't spend $50, whatever it is, just to get through 43. I don't think that's worth it at all.
Okay. What about for the raids? Is it worth getting this character, building her up for the raids? Probably not needed right now, but we know showcase raids or the spotlight raids are coming. And, we know that Kyln Tower is probably rolling around again, and whatever else they're going to require for this team. It looks like they're going to have some value in Crucible and War as well. So is it worth it building her for after the Kyln Tower ends?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're going to need her for raids. Like you mentioned, she's the linchpin of the team in raids. Like, she's the battery. She's a controller. She's a protector. She puts deflect. She's a perfect striker. Like, she rounds out the team and makes them function. So she's really, really, really good. She's an essential part of that team. And honestly, I've seen a lot of people using them in Cosmic Crucible as well, and they're pretty nuts in Crucible when they're really big.
Who is the target audience for buying her? Obviously, we want to build her when we get her free to play. It looks like she's going to be a month-long milestone, so it may not be for a while. But who is the target audience to purchase this character? Who's going to benefit the most if you purchase this character?
Oh, those people doing raids, man, getting closer to 100% a little bit earlier than everybody else getting Peni free to play, especially if she's the month long, then, they're going to be 4 weeks ahead of people that are free to play instead of 2 weeks, which is usually the distance between paid and free to play unlock. So they'll keep being able to 100% skill nodes without any problems and 100%, incursion nodes. And then it's just a battle of who's got the most cores to go through it the quickest at the top. But like I said, Peni is the key to this team. Peni makes this team absolutely nuts in raids. And even outside of raids, Peni makes this team really, really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, it does look like she's going to be the next month-long milestone character. But it looks like these are the only characters in this patch. Are we getting more characters in this patch, or is this patch ending? And that is how Pennies are going to be released, because Peni looks to be the last character of this patch. So do you think we're getting new characters? Maybe Alpha Flight? They mentioned them for the spotlight raids. What is happening after this month ends? Because there doesn't look like there's anything on the horizon right now.
Yeah, so my prediction is we're going to get, for next patch, we're going to be able to get the 3 Alpha Flight members, whoever that might be, and then possibly 2 reworks, because that's usually how they've been doing it. That's complete speculation. We have no knowledge on Alpha Flight or the Mercs for Money team right now. Yep. It would be the 3 new characters and then 2 reworks, which is usually how they do it. And then for the Mercs for Money team, obviously 2 reworks again. They announced that Deadpool would get reworked with that team. We don't know who the other rework is yet. And then 3 new characters, but I'm assuming 2 of them would be paid release, and then 1 of them the legendary for the Scourge. So that would be the 5 pay for the patch, and then the 1 legendary, which might be even at the beginning of the next patch after, because obviously it's a Scourge.
Do you think that they'll have a whole new patch for these new characters, or this will be some of these over-the-air releases that they've been working?
Yeah, it'll be the over the air like they've been doing. So no downtime as before, which is nice. So hopefully there's not as many bugs with the over the air. I know it's a lot of trial and error with doing it. And I give them a lot of credit for trying something new and trying to innovate and make the game better, because we had that massive downtime a couple months ago where it was like 7 hours down. So they're avoiding that. And it's going to come with hiccups, but I give them credit for at least trying something new and trying to avoid that. So I'm giving them credit for doing that.
It seems like it's less and less hiccups as they do these over the air changes more. You know, they were getting they were trying to learn the system, how to use it. They screwed up a bit, but they learned from their mistakes, and now we're getting less and less downtime. I don't think I even noticed a downtime when we got this patch last time. So I think that went smoothly, and they're learning from the mistakes, which is good. All right, Spotlight raids. That is what we're going to need. Alpha Flight and Spider Society 4. There's a newest addition to the newest raid lineup, the Spotlight raids. It says it's going to be replacing the Greek raids, and the upcoming Alpha Flight team, details which will be revealed soon, and Spider Society will be first to blaze through these new raid challenges. So how soon do you think we'll be getting Alpha Flight? New patch, new team next week? I mean, we're after Peni, we're kind of out of characters, right? So usually they're about a week and a half to 2 weeks to new characters. We're getting Peni tomorrow. That means we need Alpha Flight or something else within about a week and a half of that. How soon do you think we're getting this team?
Like I said, I think it's next patch. I think they're going to be the first 3 characters of next patch, and then whatever reworks, I'm assuming. I don't know if it's 3 and 2. It could be all new team. I literally, we don't know. We have no clue. But I feel like it's going to be relatively soon. The issue I'm going to have with this is if they release Spotlight raids right when Alpha Flight is fully released for pay, because then people who pay for Alpha Flight are going to be able to do the raids 2-3 weeks early when other people can't even touch them because they need both teams to get through them. That's going to be kind of gross. If I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like
what is the likelihood of that happening, though? I think that's a more than 50% chance of that actually happening. They released the Alpha Flight. Oh, you need these are raised right now, same day.
I'd be shocked if they didn't do it, honestly, to give them more exclusivity, because we're getting the red gear, the T4s that they alluded to from the Spotlight raids. But honestly, ending on a positive note with this topic, I'm happy that we're getting rid of Greek raids. Greek raids are so damn boring. I'm so happy we're getting something new content, fresh stuff. I know they're telling us what to use, but you were going to build Spider Society anyway. And then Alpha Flight's a new team. If they're a war team, okay, you might have wanted to skip them for a war team. Get over it. You got to build them now. It is what it is.
All right. So as an alliance leader, let me talk about this new raid layout. Instead of 3 teams, 8 players, so we're doing for years, 5 years plus of 3 raid lanes, 8 players. Now, 4 raid teams, 4 strike teams, teams of 6. This means that alliance leaders, alliance captains have to do even more organization. Does this, as someone that does the leadership in our alliance, is this something that makes you fearful of these upcoming raids, or are you so excited that this is not the Greek raids having to play this anymore? Like, screw it. I don't care about the work. It's not Greek raids anymore.
Dude, being an alliance leader, captain, whatever it is like herding cats. Like, it's just like putting them all back in line over and over again. It is what it is. It's not the biggest deal. Like, the way I look at it is you take 2 people from each strike team and put them in the 4th strike team, and then you're done, and then you have 6, 6, and 6. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm hoping with the alliance improvements that they've talked about and trying to put it on MSF.gg will continue being really good there, to be able to make it easier to build lanes and stuff like that. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get something in game with that. That's a suggestion we've been making, is being able to like show in game your raid assignments. I know that's going to be really hard to do. That would be so cool, though, is if we can build the raid maps like in game, and then like when you go into your strike team, it'll show you which lane you're supposed to go into.
Easy. That would be so easy.
Highlight the lane you're supposed to go into, but you can still choose to go to a different lane in case someone else messed up or whatever it is. But being able to highlight it, like making it foolproof, would be really, really cool. But that's stuff we've been asking for. Obviously, really, really big quality of life asks that would probably take a lot of time to put in. But overall, it is what it is.
5 years. They got 5 years to work on it.
That's true. That's true. But overall, it is what it is with the four teams of 6. I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal.
All right. So very likely this full Alpha Flight team and these new raids are coming next patch. When do you think we're getting these new Spotlight raids? Give me a date prediction for you. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month or more? I mean, do we need a full Alpha Flight team in the game fully before these are released, or will they do this while Alpha Flight is being released? What is your official prediction right now?
Whenever the last member of Alpha Flight is released for money, that's when they're gonna unlock the spotlight raids. So then it's gonna gate free to play. That's my guess. It's gonna be right when that starts. That's gonna gate the free to play.
All right. Yeah. Well, as long as they don't have it gated too long, I'll be happy with that, because they got to give some rewards for the people that spend.
All for
then make it available to everybody and let everybody enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alpha Flight. We have 2 members right now. Guardian, Sasquatch won the vote. Guardian 31%, Sasquatch 47%. Vindicator kind of out of luck there. Kind of an original member of the team. What do you think they're going to do with this team? How do you think it's going to be structured? Because I can't see any other members in the game right now being a part of this team. So probably 5 new members is what I'm thinking in my head. What are your predictions for this team? Obviously, we know 2 of them. What do you think they're going to do with the rest of the other 3?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like you said, this could be the first full 5-man new team that we get, because we haven't had one of those in a while. We've had reworks for a while. That's kind of been their MO. It'd be interesting if they throw in, 2 more Canadian characters, like maybe Wolverine gets the rework.
Wolverine, dude. Is Sabretooth Canadian? Does he count as Canadian?
Yeah. So like maybe like a Wolverine Sabretooth. I would love that. I got like a 2-diamond Wolverine that I pulled randomly.
That'd
be
all those cool costumes on Wolverine, make him useful, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be really cool. But other than that, I don't know much about this team at all. Honestly, when they said Alpha Flight, my first reaction was, who's that? Who's Alpha Flight? I remember
seeing the comics when I was growing up. I never actually purchased these comics, but I was like, oh, that looks like a cool team. But yeah. That's pretty much all I know about them.
Listen, man, if Sasquatch
and some of the characters. Puck.
Yeah, if Sasquatch doesn't use like a Bigfoot move to smash somebody, I'm gonna be disappointed. That's all I'm looking at right now. Like there needs to be like some Bigfoot related animations to him, because he looks really funny. Honestly, I'm excited to see how that works.
I mean, Sasquatch kind of fits on the team with these guys, right?
Yeah,
that's only one is going to come into the game.
Just right. Big and hairy. That's the team right there.
Big hairy monster team. All right. So Valley Club, for those of you that know more about Alpha Flight, who are you predicting? Can there be other reworks other than Wolverine and Sabretooth that could be likely on this team? And if not, who are the other 3 members that you think are going to be part of Alpha Flight? Because we know they're coming soon. All right. This trashy event, Spider-Man Pop. How bad is this event? When you saw the advanced copy of this event on Friday, did you think it was going to be this bad when it was released?
I actually had to read it like 4 times because my brain couldn't wrap around how stupid this event was. So you're controlling what we spend in the store. You're controlling what the Alliance spends in the store to do better in the Rise of the Planet, because everybody has to min-max it. And then you made the store horrendous, and the only good things are like 15,000 to 40,000 credits, so you can't even really utilize those to unless you want to like screw your alliance over. And then the energy to coin ratio was terrible. It was 6-1 when it should have been at least 8-1. 10-1 would have been really nice. All around, this event was terrible. Like at least if the event was bad, hey, the store's pretty good. We got G19 in there. Nope. Hey, the energy ratio is bad. At least, the milestones are easy. We're getting a lot of shards. Nope. Like, there's nothing redeeming about this. Every corner of this event is just terrible.
I think I know what happened, Dulom. The brand new event designer that designed that horrible Iron Patriot event got tasked with doing this event, and this is what we got. They didn't look at all the details, how they were crossing over, all that stuff about new events being less complicated, less convoluted. That got thrown out the window with this guy. This person just like, all right, let's go here, and then this event ties into this one, and this ties into this, and then when they do all their alliance stuff, that's gonna go back to the individual progress. It's like, all right, stop. Freaking make this super easy. All right, let's talk about the 3 issues, because let's back up. There's so many issues with this. We got 3 main issues. One you mentioned already, the coin to energy ratio. When we looked at the calculations, we're like, all right, if this is 8-1, this is a good event. Anything worse than that, this is not very friendly to get to this meta item here, right there, the sun rays. It ended up being 6-1, so way worse than that. Right, the web milestone being tied to an alliance event. So all this stuff, spending your shiny coins you need to manage your shiny coins. And I already mismanaged this. If you look, I scored 11,000. I spent 1,000 extra because there's nothing good to buy in the store. You really have to manage what you buy in the store so you don't top this off. And that's one of the big problems. These web milestones, they should have been an 8-day milestone instead of a 1-day milestone that repeats 7 times. So 8 total days. So you get more agency in the store. Spending 80,000 over the course of this instead of 10,000 every single day just makes all the purchases not really valid. And then have this stuff right here. It's milestone points for an alliance event. So you having to spend inefficiently in the store, not getting what you actually want, but getting what it takes to like maximize 1 day of this and not screw yourself for the subsequent days. Not just do that, the rest of your alliance needs to do that as well to screw themselves. And then hopefully you come back to this alliance event and then come back in here. And then maybe if everybody did that and you spend very inefficiently, you get even more shiny coins that you can spend in the store. But this is very bad. What is your
shinies,
major,
and then go back. Hold on. No, we got more too.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back. I missed it. All right, here we go.
The alliance points that we're getting are giving us shiny coins, which is then also feeding into a solo event on the freaking leaderboards. So we need to earn shiny coins to do well here and to get pav shards. And then to do the month long. Dude, there's like 6 events feeding into each other. It's ridiculous.
Right. Whoever designed this event, the Iron Patriot event, needs to go back to training school. And whoever was designing all the events before that needs to come back and continue to design these events because this is way too complicated. And maybe not the people that were designing these month-long milestone events because sometimes we're being short on the currency they have to make up currency. I hope Penny Parker's event is not this bad and is not this convoluted. Now, the good thing about leader, we were getting leader shards in a lot of this. I mean, even in this milestone, we were getting some leader shards. So hopefully they do that with Penny. But oh my goodness, what is going on with this event? What is your major issue with this? What is? I mean, there's so many issues that we just discussed. What do you think is a major issue with this?
It goes back to the herding cats thing I said. Like, this is more complicated than making 4 strike teams of 6. Like, I'm literally telling people what to buy in the store to benefit us. And that's a crappy feeling on me. Like, we even talked in our captain's chat.
Buy nothing good in the store. Buy nothing good in the store if you want to help your alliance.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, screw your roster. Help everybody else so we could do better in this alliance event that feeds into the solo event that also feeds into. Like, no, dude, it's too convoluted. Too convoluted.
Let's move forward to this store, Dulom. This is a bad store. One, because you can't really get what you want. Like this Forge thing. He's available in a war sword, but I would get this. I would spend my shiny coins on this, but it is 13,000. So that is 3,000 coins that is just wasted. That is not going towards any milestone. So I can't get this. Nightcrawler was there before. This Dark Diamond credits. Oh, that's okay, 30? But I can't. The store purchases are bad. You're not getting a lot of value for this. Normally these stores, when we have events with stores, I'm super excited. This is the first one. I'm like, this is horrible. I'm not getting a lot of stuff I want. And it's just because of the event design. What could they have done differently with the store for this, Dulom?
I think, like you said, changing the web milestone from daily to a full 8 days and just making it cumulative would have been way better because then anybody could buy whatever they want and make it way easier. I'm not really shocked that they didn't put red gear in here because it's only been a month and a half. I was kind of shocked at the prices for the character shards, though. Like you said, the 15 Forge is 13,500. That's ridiculous.
I think 15 Nightcrawler was like 21,000 or something like that. Yeah, it's the same character, same team. Why is it so much more expensive for Nightcrawler?
Yeah, and then you're gonna throw the Nova Awakened abilities in here, like we haven't been getting them from the raid store.
Where is Green Goblin? Where is Green Goblin? Oh, but why have we never been able to get the Green Goblin Classic Awaken abilities? We got it. They had it on his release where you could purchase it if you bought some of these characters. After that, no way to getting it. I've been saving elite raid credits. I got Nova maxed out. I got Black Cat. When are we gonna get a Green Goblin Classic?
Oh, I'm hoping soon. It's been 5 months and we're about to get the next legendary because it's from middle November that Green Goblin came out because I think it was over Thanksgiving was the Scourge. And we're about to get the next legendary relatively soon, right? Like ideally enough, we're gonna get him soon. So like him or her, whoever it is.
These are stupid to put in there. I hope nobody buys these awakened abilities.
I will say, if you're trying to get through Dark Dimension 6, the G18 is pretty nice there. 10 pieces for 4,500 is pretty nice if you're still trying to unlock Super Scroll. The uniques in there are pretty good too, like I said. But for late game players, this means nothing.
All right, let's go through the list of stuff that we have here.
Yeah.
L4 training modules. If we go out to the way the bottom, I think that's an automatic not purchase just to the way this is structured. Actually, I'm getting different prices. A lot of times I see this, it's 7,500. Now it's 25. Maybe it's different ratios, but normally this is a lot more expensive. So I'm like, oh, don't buy that. But I guess if it's that cheaper price, you can. You got some orange gear, some teal gear, silver promo credits, dark promo credits, gold promo credits, those awakened abilities, and character shards. The only non-formal characters are Void Knight, Red Goblin, and Gwenom. So what are you getting? Are you getting anything that you want, or is this just maximize the web milestones?
No, I'm just maximizing the web milestones. I saw dark promotion credits in there for like 50 of them for like 3,700, and I was like, nah, okay, click, whatever. Honestly, what I think they could have done with this store is just make at the bottom, put 1,000,000 gold for 10,000 coins. So you spend exactly 10,000 every day, and you're getting the resource that people need the most. And then over 8 days, you're getting 8 million gold. I think right then and there, that would have made this store go from like an F to like a C plus B minus, because they have training mats there. Why don't they have gold? Put 10,000 credits for 1,000,000 gold, and people would be happy because they'd be able to get gold from the store, and then no one would care about anything else in there.
Or you know what? Let's go even better than that. Let's divide it up into 250,000 gold for 2,500 of these credits.
Yeah.
Make it little pieces. That way, if you need to spend just a little bit to get those milestones, you can get this. So that's how to make the store better. I like that idea. How would you make this event better though, Dulom? At this point, I think it's pretty limited what they could do. We've had a few suggestions from chat, give out free shiny coins. I don't know what the proper number would be. Chat was suggesting 25,000. I think that's a little too generous. Yeah. What if they're giving out shiny coins as a solution? What would be a good amount to make players happy with this event? Make this a fun event.
Whatever would get us to a total of probably like 90,000 credits, maybe like 95, just so we have enough to spend 10,000 for 8 days straight, but also have a little bit of overflow. Cause like you said, you went over like by 2,000. So you had, because of the prices, you can't really get exactly 10,000. So giving us enough overflow to be able to do it every day, have a little bit more agency on what we buy. And then I think we'd be good. I don't know what that price would be, maybe around like 15,000, 12 to 15,000 credits. And hopefully they look at that and that's something that they can do, but I don't know.
Now in that number 12 to 15, are you also taking into account the advancement you're going to get on these milestones and that bad 6-to-1 ratio of your energy to coin spending?
So maybe I noticed that, remember with the Candy Heart store, they were able to give us currency without affecting the milestone progress.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. I do remember that now that you mentioned that. Okay.
If that's the midway point, they can give us the credits without affecting the milestones. I'm happy with that, because then we have more credits to be a little bit more flexible with, but it's not just giving us a bunch of free stuff and getting us to some heavier whale stones towards the end. I think that's a good middle ground between us and Scopely.
Give us maybe 10,000 progress points here, and then 25,000 of the shiny coins. I think that would be a good ratio. I think. Let me know if there's other solutions. Let me know in the comments. The other thing that I thought maybe they could do, I think it might be a little too late at this point, change the conversion ratio of the energy to coin. I think it's a little late to change that at this point, or go back to these web milestones and combine them. I think that's a little late at this point, but both of those things would make this event a little better. But I think just giving out some milestone progress and some shiny coins is probably easy for them to do and probably the likely solution.
I found the one silver lining about this event. Hold on, wait a second. Go to the ranking. I found the one silver lining. It took me a while.
Yes.
Sorry. Go to the 1% rewards. Let me
before you do this, there's one good thing. If you don't have POV unlocked, it's very easy to get this character unlocked. So it's a 45 shard unlock. I will say that the charge for that was front loaded. So that is one good thing. What is the other good thing in the ranking rewards you're saying here?
So listen, man, us peasants have a chance to get 1 to 3%, and that is almost 3 full G19s worth of tech gear. So, you know, because that has been exponentially boosting my progress, because we had one for Mystic and we had one for Mutant so far. This one's tech. So this will be able to get me to take up my Kestrel and my Kang if I get 1 to 3%. So I will say these leaderboard events, I know people have a lot of thoughts on them because of the auction style of it and stuff like that. Yeah. But for people who don't really spend on these events directly, getting 1 to 3%, you're getting 3 full pieces of G19 for a certain origin, and that's a lot. That is a lot that they're giving out. So that's the only silver lining I'm okay with this event, as long as I can get 1 to 3%.
There's some good, I'll give them that. There's some good rewards in this event. In this milestones, there are some good rewards. You know, the shards for Pavitra were pretty good. The ranking rewards are pretty good. It's just the convoluted nature of it, going from one event to the other, to the Alliance event, and that going back into your main event. It's just such a, I don't know, the design of this whole event was bad. The rewards aren't too bad though, but the design of it and the ratios and all that stuff is just not very friendly for players. So hopefully they can salvage this event, bring some fun back for this event, bring some enjoyment back for this event before it ends. Let's talk about this battle pass. 2 Norman Osborns in this battle pass. Red Goblin Norman Osborn, Iron Patriot Norman Osborn. One thing that I didn't notice that you pointed out, there's a lot more dark promos in this than previous.
Yeah, there's 1,000 more. So obviously last Strike Pass we had less because we had the Zombie Iron Man at the end for the free 4 red.
I'm glad that they're not doing that anymore. That was not good.
I was joking that the next one they're going to do is Big Time, which I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. But so on the last pass, they had 2,500 dark promotion credits on the paid track at the beginning. And then they had the Zim at the end where you see here. But now they have the 2,500, which is staying the same, and they have the 2,000. So we went up from like 3,700. Now it's like 4,800. We went up about 1,000 dark promotion credits for this pass. So if you are a purchaser of this did get better value for dark promotion credits. And then we obviously, for the character shards, we get 80 of each. So not too bad.
And what was it previous? I think before you're saying it was 100 of each before?
Yeah, 130 of a singular tune being in there. Yeah, so we are
130 versus 160 character shards, but it's 2 characters. It's divided into 2 characters instead of 1 character. Which would you have preferred? It all be on 1 character or have it divided like this?
All on Iron Patriot, because Red Goblin's about to be farmable and Cabal is farther off. I would have rathered all Iron Patriot, and this makes it feel bad because the event was so stingy. And then they're doing a split pass and saying, oh, well, at least he was in the pass, because that's their like little checkbox of, oh, we put him in the pass, we're so good. But they did a split pass, so it makes it less, because I would have rathered 130 Iron Patriot, because that would have gotten me close to 5 stars.
It was probably the event designer for Golden Hour and the Iron Patriot event that designed this battle pass. Like, wait, we're giving you all these dark promo credits, and we'll take away some of these Iron Patriot shards because we don't want you to have Iron Patriot at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Iron Patriot seems super stingy, and it means a lot in those Cabal nodes in Kyln Tower.
Well, you have even more Red Goblin shards on the way, Dulom, because the winner for Dark Dimension 7's poll was announced. Beta Ray Bill put it up to the community, and the community voted. And thankfully, they voted for some non-farmable characters, probably being very farmable very soon, though. But Red Goblin, Void Knight, what did you think of the selection of characters? It was pretty much all farmable characters except for the 3 Hive Mind characters. Red Goblin, Void Knight are probably the 2 best out of those characters. Why do you think they didn't include Out of Time or any of these other teams?
Because they're required for a Scourge. That's why they didn't do Out of Time. Because people would have done Out of Time because it would have made their Scourge runs easier.
Didn't they allow that on previous ones though? They made the legendary unlock easier, or am I remembering that wrong?
Maybe, I'm not sure honestly, because Dark Dimensions come so few and far between. But I know Red Goblin and Void Knight, I think, were the best picks for the community. Out of what we
allowed us to choose, I think they were the best choices.
Yeah, yes. And I don't know if this was because we got lucky because Gwenom we got a free 100 shards of Gwenom in Kyln. Not free, but we got the 100 shards in Kyln if you got to the point in there.
Maybe so that's why nice. Gwenom wasn't selected here. Maybe Red Goblin and Void Knight won, and they're like, all right, let's put the other one in to Kyln.
Yeah, and then because the other ones, obviously, these are the only two that were unfarmable because we had Extreme go farmable the day after this poll went up, which I thought was a little odd too. People didn't know that Extreme was going to be farmable, and then this poll went up, and then the next day it was like, oh, by the way, you voted for Nightcrawler, but they're farmable now. Haha. Hope those don't win. Yeah. But I'm happy with Red Goblin and Void Knight. Those are the linchpins of the team. Those are the ones you need highest. Those are the ones that are going to last the longest, especially Void Knight with his ult. So these are the best picks in my opinion.
And obviously they're good in the raids, but they're also good in Cosmic Crucible. That's where I'm building up for it because they could already do the raids where they need. What has this week been like for you in Cosmic Crucible? I went 1-2. As you see, this final day I lost by 3 points. So close. Man. All right, so what was your experience like in Cosmic Crucible? How'd you do, and what new defenses and new counters did you see this week?
So I went 2-1.
Nice.
I lost my round 2 to a guy who was actually a little bit smaller TCP than I was. So, dude had a very interesting defense. He had APOC Horseman in room 1. And that was fascinating. Yeah, he was heavy defense. He had APOC, Sus, pretty much everything on defense, and he played very, very well. So props to that guy. I noticed Extreme can be beaten by Bifrost in room 2. So Bifrost is an absolute nuts team in room 2. I put Sus in room 4 was helping bait out Cabal a little bit. But yeah, I've been enjoying Cosmic Crucible. I think room 1 is one of the best rooms they've ever come up with because of the variability from all the ISOs.
It's an interesting room. 1 and 4, the two weird rooms this season for me.
And then
this was an interesting team that you helped me figure out. We had a Superior 6 and Black Knight. You see, I was like, we're gonna lose this. Like, don't do this for science. Put new warriors at Apocalypse. They ended up winning. It was a messy win. So it can be done. I wouldn't say this is consistent at all, but if you are struggling and this is your only option, this can work. New warriors, Apocalypse versus Superior 6 and Black Knight in room 1. Punching up.
This was full science because we lost to Pegasus Mirror, and I was like, dude, you want to go full science? You're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, let's do APOC with new warriors in room 1. Let's figure it out. And it somehow pulled it off. Honestly, I was more shocked than you were that this worked on a 500k punch up too. Like, this is no small feat here. Like, that's a 3-diamond Doc Ock, 2-diamond Lizard, 2-diamond Kraven. Like, this team is really big. It was pretty
much all Apocalypse. At the end, it was just Apocalypse taking out the rest of the Superior 6. It was an ugly match, guys.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I think for me, this was the biggest surprise this week in Cosmic Crucible.
Yep, me too. A big surprise for me was Bifrost beating my Extreme in room 2. I was pretty shocked about that. Also, in room 3,
that was another suggestion you gave me.
Yeah, and then in room 3, I've been having Noir mixed in with Quicksilver, Sunspot, and some X-Men, and that's been doing surprisingly well. Noir with his rework. It does a lot of damage now, and he's taking so many turns. And then every time he takes a turn, he gives Quicksilver a random positive effect because of Quicksilver's passive. So if Quicksilver gets a speed up, it changes the turn order of everywhere. So Quicksilver can literally go before new warriors and delete somebody right off rip.
Oh my goodness.
So I've liked that combo a lot.
Lots of RNG there. That is probably if you put some kind of combo like that on defense, that's probably a nightmare for your opponents because it's like the battle's never going to be the same.
Yep.
Ugh. All right, and that is it for the week. Kyln Tower, smash your head. Hopefully this event for POV gets better. What are your So that is it for the week. Hopefully you have a good time climbing up Kyln Tower, and hopefully the devs do something to make this Spider-Man Bavitra event a lot more fun than it is right now, because right now it is not a fun event. What is your big takeaways for the week, brother Dulom?
Cosmic Crucible's still fun. They still don't know how to make events correctly. And it looks like the last of the raid team for Spider Society is going to be Peni. So if you're going to core, it's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, especially because we don't know how they're going to treat this month-long milestone event. It might be generous like Leader, having some shards for him in other places, or we might not get anything because they know we need this team for the raids. But that is it. Hopefully you got some value from this video. Hopefully the Shire is doing well, brother Dulom. Make sure you check out his channel. Make sure you check out all his videos. He puts out a lot of great content, guys. And if you got some value from this video, leave it a like. It is free and it tremendously helps the channel with our YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see what are the best characters in Marvel Strike Force rated from best to worst, every single character in the game, be sure to check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Are you ready for a fist bump, brother Dulom?
Always.
All right, here we go. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, brother Dulom, all the way from the Shire. Out. Have a great rest of your day, guys.